Hello, people of the internet. It is I, back again to do another video. What happened was during my vacation, I've been very creative in making videos. Let's just put it that way. So, this is one of the reasons why. So, Friday night, I don't know when you're watching this, but Friday night, I watched a couple of videos and I stayed up until. Watched a couple of movies, and I was up to like 3 or 4. I'm filming them all. I'm filming all these videos right now, so that way I can get on with my day and do some stuff. So what happened is the first movie I talked about was Captain Marvel. I told you what my thoughts are about that. This is also spoiler free. And the funny thing is, 9 times out of 10 you already saw this movie. But what happened was I wanted to see if I saw that movie in the theater, if I saw this movie in the theater and I loved it, when I got him on Blu-ray, I bought it and loved it. Haven't seen it for almost a year. Will I still have that same feelings? And that's the idea. So, this movie is none other than Black Panther. First things first. In a way, this is a very historic movie. And let me explain. It is the first movie that starred pretty much an all cast of black people, which was like 90% black or African or something to that nature. That sold over $1 billion. I think how much did they make, $1 billion or something like that. And at the moment, this is one of Marvel's highest grossing films. Okay. This did better than Friday, which is done by Ice Cube. This did better than Tyler Perry's stupid Medea movies, which is technically pretty much 99 to 100% pro-black. So why did those movies didn't make that big of a splash? But they're culturally relevant. But this one just smashed records. Probably because it's in the MCU, which is a wide range of people. Now, a lot of people. Now, another thing is this is very culturally resonant with a lot of African Americans. Because, in a sense, we don't see ourselves as big screen heroes. Usually, and I'm telling you, just you might not agree with my opinion, but just let me explain. A lot of people try to downplay it and say, "Oh, this is not that great of a movie. It's not that culturally explicit. It's not this." What happened is that a lot of young black youths watch movies. They do. You see white people, which is fun, which is fine. And then when you see a black person, you're like, "Ooh, who's that guy?" Like, for example, in the Captain America, you saw Falcon. And you're like, "Oh." Wow, that's a black man doing acrobatic stuff. He's doing heroic stuff. He's a hero. That's pretty neat. Now the funny thing is, to a lot of people that sounds silly. To a lot of people that sounds silly. Now, let me explain. Now, let me say something else. I remember back in the 80s, after Star Wars came out, and Star Wars is so huge, and I was a big Star Wars aficionado. Star Wars took over my life. My dad looked at me, and he goes, "What, so there's no black people in the future?" What? He says, "You look at Star Wars. You don't see no black people in the future. So is all the black people are dead or something? And and the funny thing is when he says something like that, he knows how to be a big buzzkill. But he does make a significant point. As my young mind was trying to erase it, because I'm a black person, and I don't see any black people. That's interesting. Then here comes Lando. There you go, Dad. A black person. And he's a main character. He had to shut his mouth for a second. Why does he have to be a scoundrel? Why does he have to be a crook, a thief? And I'm like, oh God. But that's the way how people thought back then. When you saw Wesley Snipes in the film, you said, oh wow, Wesley Snipes. But you don't really see too much. Now what happens is this movie here stars technically all black cast. Technically, there's 2 white guys in it, so that's fine. So it's not all black. But this movie has pretty much an all black cast. Little kids look up to it, and they're loving it. They could see something like themselves, or this is what people call inclusion, inclusivity. Now, here's a question. Does that sound legit? Or does that sound stupid? Mind you, just think about it for a second. Why would a movie like Black Panther be very popular among black people? It's a fictitious African country. A funny thing is, a friend of mine, one of my old co-workers, he's from Africa. He saw the movie. He goes, have you seen the Black Panther? Mr. Warren, have you seen the Black Panther? That's how he talked. I'm like, yeah, I seen it. They ain't Africa. I said, dude. And the funny thing is, we all got there, and a lot of people saw it. Funny, a lot of black people saw it in the movie. And I said, dude, Wakanda looks like a sci-fi city. Does anywhere in Africa look like a sci-fi city right now? And he looks at me like, well, no, but that's not representative. I was like, it's a fake country that's supposed to be fake. But he kind of took offense because Wakanda's in Africa. It's based in Africa. So I looked at him. I was like, You know what? I can see why he says that, because they show bits and pieces of African culture, but he said that's not truly African, and I can understand that. But when I see a little young black kid talking about Wakanda, I'm like, ooh. And so what happened is their parents was like, oh, I remember I was at a store and this kid, Wakanda. I was like, oh, yeah. He said, don't mind my son. I said, don't mind my son. He loves that Black Panther movie. I said, does he read the Black Panther comic book? No. Now, like, okay, that's it. So here's the funny thing is, a comic book character that doesn't really get that much shine in the comic books. They do represent them very well in the comic books, but the funny thing is, it's not like Spider-Man or Superman. His comics don't sell like that. But all these people talking about Wakanda forever, wearing this, wearing Black Panther this, never read a Black Panther comic book. My mom's husband has a Black Panther t-shirt. He loves a Black Panther movie. I say, have you ever read a Black Panther comic book? He goes, no. Then again, he never read a Batman. He's a big Batman fan. He never read a Batman comic book. So, but he watches the Batman TV show all the damn time. But that's fine. But that's fine. But that's cool. He's immersed into it. But see, that's the thing. Even though now a lot of people say, well, I don't see why it's culturally representative. So I'm like, look, someone wants to claim that this is culturally representative of themselves. Let them have it. To me, this is a Black Panther movie. Instead of an origin story, which you saw his origin technically in Civil War, this movie right here, this is his story. Now, everybody knows that Chadwick Boseman passed away. How they gonna do it? How are they gonna do number two? Because number two is supposed to be in the works. And they're gonna have a body double, have character swap out, or the worst case scenario, have Shuri become the new Black Panther, which is, in my opinion, the worst thing you could do. Okay, but in a sense, is this a good movie? Like I said, I watched it last night. I thought it was a fun movie. When I was in the theater, I thought it was a very fun movie to watch. When I bought this Blu-ray, I thought it was a fun movie to watch. I watched it again last night with all the bonus features, or the majority of all the bonus features, and I still think this is a very good damn film. Do I see myself as Black Panther? No. Do I see myself in this reflected in this movie? No. But do I think this movie is a good movie? I think it's a very decent movie. I think it's a very good movie. Okay, I think it's a very good movie. Would I recommend this movie to anyone? Of course. If you like comic books, this is a great comic book movie. If you're looking for a movie for, suspense and drama, maybe not so much. But anyway, yes, I'm throwing my movies on my bed. Don't worry about it. And that's basically it for this movie. So if you notice I didn't do any spoilers, I just wanted, you already saw the movie. I'm pretty sure you already saw the movie. But if you didn't see the movie, just watch it. Rent it for a night if you can, or just buy it cheap. I'm pretty sure you could buy that too. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna get going, and I got one more video to film, or do it later. I don't know. I feel tired. I feel like I can go back to sleep, but I need to get up and get moving. But other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. If you think that, if you watched it, if you thought Black Panther was the best movie since The Godfather or something like that, let me know down below. Let me know down below. If you think it's not as good as Captain America, let me know down below. Let me know what you think about this. You think that people blowing this movie way out of proportion? Like I said, to me, it's just a comic book movie. But to some little kids, this is the greatest thing ever. But then again, that's through the eyes of a child. They don't know any better yet. Or maybe they do, just not letting us on. I'm just joking. But anyway, let me know down below what you thought about this video and what I said. And maybe you agree with me. If you don't, that's fine. I love to figure out what you think. So with that being said, I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes, and I will talk to you later.